Have you ever felt your legs weaker than usual? That sudden tiredness that comes out of nowhere, a hesitation to get up from your chair, or even a slight loss of balance when walking? A lot of people think this is just a part of getting older, but the truth is, it's not just aging that makes your legs weaker, it's the lack of the right vitamins in your body. Yes, you heard that right. Does physical exercise help? Of course it does, but on its own, it's not enough. If your body is missing essential nutrients, your muscles and nerves simply don't work the way they should. And that can be dangerous, because a fall at 60, 70, or 80 years old changes everything. Sometimes forever. But here's the good news. It can be reversed. Today, I'm going to show you 6 essential vitamins that can help you regain strength in your legs, protect your muscles, and even improve your balance. All with simple foods you probably already have at home. Stick with me until the end and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because here we speak clearly, with care and responsibility about what really matters: your independence and your quality of life. Are you with me? Have you noticed that your legs don't seem to keep up with your pace anymore? You climb a staircase and already feel a strange heaviness? You get up from the couch and feel like you need to hold on to something? A lot of people after 60 start thinking this is just part of aging. But that's a mistake, and it can come at a high cost. What most people don't know is that losing strength in the legs doesn't just happen because time has passed. In fact, in many cases, it has a silent and fixable cause: nutritional deficiencies. In other words, a lack of specific vitamins that the body simply stops absorbing as efficiently as it used to. And that directly affects your muscles, your nerves, and even your safety when walking. You know that feeling like your leg is weak, shaky, like it might give out? Or those cramps that show up out of nowhere in the middle of the night? None of that is just part of aging. It's your body asking for help. The truth is, without the right nutrients, your muscles don't respond, your nerves don't communicate, and your risk of falling goes way up. But take a breath, because here's the most important part. There is a solution, and it could be on your plate in foods you already know and can easily get. This isn't about miracles, it's about strategy. If you've been through this or know someone who has, leave a comment below with "I understand." It might help more people realize they're not alone on this journey. Now that you understand that weak legs aren't something normal, let me tell you about a vitamin that almost nobody pays attention to, but it might be the key to keeping your legs strong and your muscles full of energy. Vitamin E. A lot of people have heard about this vitamin because of its benefits for the skin, but what most don't know is that it plays a major role in muscle health, especially after 60. And I'll explain it in a very simple way. Every time you move, whether it's walking, climbing stairs, or even getting up from the couch, your muscles go through a bit of wear and tear. That's totally normal. The problem is that over time, the body loses the ability to recover from that wear efficiently. And that's where vitamin E comes in. It works like a protective shield against what we call oxidative stress. That complicated name basically means the damage to your muscle cells caused by free radicals, which increase with age, poor diet, and even emotional stress. Without antioxidants like vitamin E, muscles get weaker, lose resistance, and react more slowly. On top of that, this vitamin helps protect the mitochondria, the power plant inside your muscle cells. When the mitochondria are protected, your muscles produce more energy, respond faster, and handle physical effort better. That means stronger legs, better balance, and more safety when walking, climbing steps, or even avoiding falls. Now listen to this. The most powerful form of vitamin E is called gamma-tocopherol, and it's found in affordable and tasty foods like walnuts, sunflower seeds, olive oil, spinach, and avocado. And if you combine these with Brazil nuts, which are rich in selenium, the antioxidant effect gets even stronger. It's like putting full armor on your muscles. No crazy diets needed. Just attention and consistency. Eating well isn't just a matter of taste. It's a way to protect your independence. Now tell me this, from all the foods I mentioned, which ones do you usually eat in your daily life? Have you ever thought that you might be missing vitamin E? Drop a comment. It could help more people take care of the strength and freedom their bodies deserve. Now that you know vitamin E protects your muscles from daily wear and tear, it's time to talk about a vitamin that takes care of something even deeper: the connection between your brain and your muscles. I'm talking about vitamin B12, one of the most important and, at the same time, one of the most overlooked vitamins in older adults. If you're over 60, this conversation is even more important. That's because B12 works silently, behind the scenes, but it plays a crucial role in your strength, balance, and even your thinking. When B12 is missing, the body doesn't sound a loud alarm. The signs are subtle, but dangerous. It might start with a strange feeling of tiredness, even without doing anything strenuous. Then you might notice you're hesitating to walk, like your feet are slower than usual. In some cases, there are small memory slips, trouble focusing, or even moments of lost balance, all caused by one simple reason: B12 deficiency. This vitamin is responsible for maintaining the health of the myelin sheath, a kind of protective coating around your nerves. When myelin gets damaged, the electrical signals that travel from your brain to your muscles become slow or confused. And what happens then? Your body doesn't respond the way it should, and that greatly increases the risk of falls. And there's more. Many medications that are commonly used after 60, like those for acid reflux, diabetes, and high blood pressure, seriously reduce the body's ability to absorb B12. So even if you're eating well, you might still be deficient without knowing it. The best natural sources of vitamin B12 are animal-based foods: liver, shellfish, salmon, Greek yogurt, and even nutritional yeast, which is a good option for those looking for more natural and functional alternatives. But here's an important point. For many people, especially those who already have digestive issues, the best way to get enough of this vitamin is through sublingual supplements. These go under your tongue, where they're absorbed faster and more effectively, since they go straight into the bloodstream. Ignoring B12 is like taking an invisible risk, because it's the link between your brain and your body. And without that link, your body loses precision, balance, and strength. If you've ever felt that unexplained tiredness, strange stumbles, or memory lapses that scared you, leave a comment saying, "I've felt that." Believe me, you're not alone. And just by recognizing these signs, you've already taken a big step toward a life with more clarity, strength, and safety. Now that you've seen how vitamin B12 directly affects the communication between your brain and muscles, let me show you another vitamin that works even more directly inside your muscles: vitamin B6. And listen, this is one of those vitamins we often overlook, but it can completely change how your body reacts to effort. If you get cramps at night, that annoying restless leg feeling when you're trying to sleep, or if you feel like your muscles take too long to wake up when you get out of bed, it might be a sign that you're low on B6. These kinds of symptoms are common after 60, and most of the time the cause is linked to a lack of specific nutrients. And vitamin B6 is right at the center of it all. It's essential for producing muscle energy, especially in the first few minutes of movement. You know that sluggish feeling when you start walking and it seems like your body takes a while to get going? That might mean your body isn't releasing energy fast enough, and B6 is the vitamin that gets that process started. It also activates enzymes that turn the protein you eat into fuel for your muscles. In other words, without B6, even if you eat well, your body can't fully use that food to maintain or build muscle. And that's super important after 60, when your body naturally starts losing strength. Another interesting point, vitamin B6 helps make a neurotransmitter called GABA, which has a calming effect on the nervous system. This helps reduce cramps, improves sleep quality, and soothes that restless feeling in the legs, something many people experience but don't know the cause of. And the best part, you can add B6 to your routine with simple, affordable foods. Try combos like grilled chicken, boiled potatoes with skin, banana with almond butter, or even seasoned chickpeas with olive oil. These foods are rich in B6 and bring other great benefits to your body too. If you've ever had cramps or feel discomfort in your legs at bedtime, leave a comment saying, "I've been through that." Sometimes something as small as a vitamin deficiency can be behind something that's been bothering you for years. And with just a bit of information and care, you can fix it. and really improve your quality of life. Alright, now that we've talked about how vitamin B6 helps with your muscles and cramps, let me introduce you to another vitamin that also works quietly but plays a key role in your strength, vitamin K. But here's a very important detail, and something most people don't know. I'm not talking about vitamin K1, the common one that helps with blood clotting. I'm talking about vitamin K2. This specific version is more powerful, especially for those over 60. Do you know why? Because vitamin K2 works like a traffic guide inside your body. It tells calcium, yes, the same calcium we usually take to strengthen bones, exactly where to go. In other words, it directs calcium to your bones and muscles where it's actually needed. At the same time, it keeps calcium from building up in the wrong places, like in your arteries. And that makes a huge difference. When calcium builds up in the arteries, it can lead to stiff blood vessels, heart problems, and even poor circulation. But when it's sent to your muscles and bones, calcium improves firmness, muscle contraction, and resistance to effort. Vitamin K2 is the one making sure calcium goes exactly where it should and stays out of where it shouldn't be. After 60, many people start dealing with joint pain, stiff legs, heaviness when walking, or even a diagnosis of osteoporosis. And often, without realizing it, the problem isn't a lack of calcium. It's calcium going to the wrong places. That's where K2 steps in as a powerful ally, strengthening bones and improving how your muscles contract, which helps your legs feel stronger when climbing stairs, walking with balance, or getting up from a chair safely. Here's another important point. If you take blood thinners, like many people in this age group, you need to be careful and consistent when consuming vitamin K2. In this case, it's best to do it with a doctor's guidance. Too much or too little can affect how your meds work, but keeping your K2 levels steady and controlled can even help improve your heart health over time. Now, where can you find this precious vitamin? In foods that most people don't eat often, but that are incredibly powerful. K2 is found in natto, a type of fermented soybean from Japanese cuisine, aged cheeses, sauerkraut, fermented cabbage, and chicken liver. Even if you're not used to these foods, it's worth trying little by little. Your taste will adjust, and your muscles will thank you. Vitamin K2 isn't talked about much, but its impact on your strength, leg stability, and bone health is huge. And more than that, it stops calcium from becoming an enemy when it's supposed to be helping you. Have you ever heard of K2 before? Do you usually eat any of these fermented foods? Tell me in the comments, because sometimes a simple change in your meals can help you, and a lot of people, walk with more strength, safety, and independence. Now that we understand how vitamin K2 helps direct calcium and strengthen your muscles, let me show you a vitamin that works at the foundation of it all. Collagen. And to produce collagen, your body needs, and I mean really needs, vitamin C. Some people think vitamin C is only for preventing colds, boosting immunity, or giving more energy. But the truth is, after 60, it becomes one of the most important vitamins to keep your muscles connected to your bones. And that's no exaggeration. Vitamin C is what your body uses to make collagen, which is basically a kind of biological cement that holds everything together: muscles, tendons, cartilage, and joints. You know that feeling like your body is getting floppy? Or when your legs feel shaky, your joints creak, and even a short walk around the block causes pain? In many cases, the issue may be a drop in collagen levels. And without vitamin C, your body simply can't make this structural protein efficiently. And there's more. As we age, the body needs more of this vitamin. What used to be enough just isn't anymore. Many experts recommend up to 500 milligrams per day after 60, especially for those who feel pain, weakness, or muscle stiffness. In other words, that morning orange might not be enough on its own. Another role of vitamin C that many people don't know about is helping your muscles produce energy. It helps your body use fat as a source of fuel. And that boosts your stamina and physical performance, especially for daily tasks, like walking up a ramp, going for a walk in the park, getting out of bed, or even carrying a heavy bag without feeling like you're going to fall. If you want a simple and natural way to get more vitamin C in your diet, start with berries, kiwi, broccoli, bell peppers, and whenever possible, fresh foods. These foods are rich in the vitamin and help your body make collagen more efficiently. And here's a tip many people miss. It's best to spread out your intake throughout the day. That way your body absorbs more and keeps steady levels of the vitamin. Collagen is like the foundation of a house. If it starts to weaken, everything else suffers. Your posture, your balance, your walking stability. And vitamin C is the key to keeping that structure strong. The good news? It's within reach, right on your plate. Now tell me, do you feel like your muscles have gotten weaker? Or that your endurance has dropped lately? If you relate to this, leave a comment saying, "I've been feeling that." Because just noticing these signs might be your first step toward taking better care of your body and regaining the strength you deserve. Alright, now that we've talked about the importance of vitamin C for making collagen and keeping your muscles firm, let me show you another vitamin that works like a true power switch in your body. Vitamin D. You've probably heard that vitamin D is essential for strong bones, and it is. But what most people don't know, and what makes a huge difference after 60, is that it's also critical for your muscles, especially when it comes to activating the muscle fibers that give your body strength and speed. That's right, vitamin D directly affects the muscle fibers you use when you need to stand up quickly, keep your balance, or react to a stumble. You know that feeling when your body takes a while to respond? When your steps feel less steady? Or it takes more effort to get up from a chair or climb stairs? Many times that's not just tiredness or age-related weakness. It could be a vitamin D deficiency. And here's an important warning. After 60, your body's ability to produce vitamin D through your skin, even with sun exposure, can drop by up to 70%. That means, even if you live in a sunny place, your body might still be making way less vitamin D than it needs. And worse, you might not feel any specific symptoms until the falls, pain, and balance issues start happening more often. Besides helping with strength and balance, vitamin D also reduces inflammation and boosts your immune system's response. That helps your body recover from everyday effort, improves endurance, and supports overall stability. But there's a key detail many people don't know. Vitamin D needs healthy fat to be properly absorbed. So it's not enough to just eat foods with vitamin D or take a supplement. You also need to include something like olive oil, avocado, or pasture-raised eggs in the same meal. These healthy fats help your body absorb and actually use the vitamin D. The best natural sources of vitamin D are wild salmon, the yolk from pasture-raised eggs, and sun-exposed mushrooms. But in many cases, especially as we age or if you use sunscreen often, supplementation may be necessary. Always do this with guidance from a trusted doctor. If you've noticed that you're walking less steadily, having trouble reacting quickly, or if your doctor has already warned you about your vitamin D levels, leave a comment saying, "I'm already paying attention to that." Sharing your experience could help a lot of people who are feeling weaker and don't understand why. Sometimes the solution starts with something as simple as getting a little sun and adjusting your meals. Now that you've seen how vitamin D works like a power switch in your body, I want to show you how to bring all of this together in a practical, simple strategy that you can start using at your very next meal. A lot of people hear this kind of information, get worried about what might be missing in their bodies, but then freeze, not knowing where to start. That's why I want to share with you a 7-day plan made especially for people over 60, using foods that are easy to find, tasty, and packed with the right vitamins spread throughout the day. And the best part, no complications, no crazy diets, and no expensive formulas. Check this out. For breakfast, you can start with scrambled eggs with spinach and a serving of fresh fruit, like strawberries or kiwi. That already gives you vitamin D, B12, and C early in the day. At lunch, make a salad with bell peppers, walnuts, and olive oil. Besides being delicious, it's a natural boost of vitamin C, E, and healthy fat, which helps with absorption. And for dinner, go with a light meal like grilled chicken, steamed broccoli, and baked sweet potato with skin. Here you're getting B6, K2, and more support for collagen production. If you stick with this for just 7 days in a row, you'll likely start to feel the difference in your energy, your sleep, and even your strength when walking. And I'm not the only one saying this. Take the example of Donna Aurora, an 86-year-old woman who, after 12 weeks on this food plan, guided by a doctor, of course, was able to climb stairs on her own again, with better balance and more confidence. That just goes to show, it doesn't matter how old you are, with the right care, your body will respond. And yes, it is possible to regain your independence. But remember, before starting any changes in your diet or using supplements, it's best to talk to a trusted doctor or nutritionist. Every body is different, and having professional guidance makes sure everything is done safely. Now tell me in the comments, which of these vitamins do you think might be missing from your daily routine? Share it with me and with others who are going through this stage of life too. Sometimes, a simple conversation can change someone's health journey. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because here we talk seriously about health after 60, with clear, practical information made for people who want to age with strength, quality, and independence. See you in the next video.